What are they?
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Turnbuckle Talk. My name is Karl Karufel, and I am joined alongside Bubba Duke. How is everyone today? Bubba Duke, how are you?
I am actually doing pretty good today, buddy. Having a good day. Wasn't feeling too well for a little bit. Had a bit of a head cold, but it's on its way out now. So yeah, I'm having a good week.
Good. That's what matters, right? As long as we're having a good week, and it has been an amazing last week of professional wrestling. We're going to get right into it here for everyone. We're talking first off AEW and the Owen Hart Foundation. I'm going to read this out to you, Bubba Duke, and then I want to get your thoughts on this. So the Owen Hart Foundation is extremely pleased to partner with AEW in this wonderful joint venture to honor Owen's substantial international wrestling career and the lasting influence he and his craft has had in the sport. AEW's Owen Hart Cup tournament serves as a tremendous tribute to Owen and provides an incredible way for professional wrestling enthusiasts to celebrate his work in a most fitting way. We trust that Tony Khan and his amazing AEW team will do a brilliant job with this highly anticipated project. The Owen Hart Foundation and AEW partnership is my special gift to all of Owen's magnificent, loyal fans who forever remember him and his inspiring repertoire of talents. So, wow, big, huge news coming out of AEW for Owen Hart, and Martha, Owen's wife, giving the nod and the blessing and the okay for all of this to happen. Those words there coming from Dr. Martha Hart. So, Bubba Duke, give me your ideas and reactions and everything to this. You got to use your words, because
I don't know if you can see that, people, but I have goosebumps and the hair is standing straight up on my arm. Wow. I was
right?
an Owen Hart fan, big time growing up. Huge Owen Hart fan. Don't get me wrong, Brett was good. Owen just had that little. You didn't know if he was really a face or a heel. Like, he could switch in depending on the mood.
Sure.
Talent guy, he's a Hart. Come on, you can't deny. And
no denying that at all.
AEW is doing something right when his wife, who basically swore off anything to do with wrestling as far as her husband's name is concerned, for her to give this the green light, that's a big deal.
Right?
Not just for wrestling itself, not just for AEW, not just for the Owen Hart Foundation, and thank God the Owen Hart Foundation's around, but for Owen Hart himself to keep his legacy in the light and always in the forefront of wrestling fans' minds. Like, listen, not only do we have this foundation, but with this foundation, we're doing this now. And it's all in Owen's name. It's all to Owen's legacy. Like, you can't get better than that.
You definitely can't. This is something that is absolutely amazing, and I'm super happy to see this. This is actually going to be very cool when all of this happens, when all of this comes about, and we actually get to see this tournament for what would be an actual cup, an actual tournament that's happening for an actual prize. JPJ, our good friend, who would have thought that we would get to be Owen Hart in a video game in 2021, 2022. That's right. That's another little part that is included in there. Owen Hart is going to be part of the AEW video game that is coming out. How freaking amazing is that? We're going to get to see Owen Hart once again in a video game. My mind is blown by this.
His music, his tights again, the color, the black, the pink. My heart is pounding right now just thinking about I could get this game and I could play Owen Hart again.
Right? And then this here, especially this here, winning all them belts.
Yeah, brother.
Of course. Owen Hart should 100% have been world champion. Unfortunately, he was not. And if there's anybody listening that doesn't know the tragedy that happened surrounding Owen Hart, Google it. It's available out there. It's been talked about a lot, and it's something that that has affected a lot of people that I really don't want to talk about because it's a downer, and I don't want to be a downer. I want to make sure that things are always on the up and up. And
So on a good note, Owen Hart again, the foundation stepping up, the family stepping up, and putting this out there for us fans who are diehard Owen Hart fans to enjoy his legacy again. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. Thank you.
Something else that we have to be thankful for is AEW once again with their Grand Slam last week, having not only 1 2-hour show, but 2 2-hour shows. Absolutely crazy and an insane amount of professional wrestling going on here. We're going to run through this here quickly, and I want to get your reactions.
It's on my phone.
I want to get your reactions, Bubba Duke, and as well anyone that is watching and listening right now, your reactions too, and we will make sure that we put them up on screen. So let's take a look here. What do you want to talk about first? Which match do you want to talk about first? We're going to go
start right at the top.
You want to go
first match? Let's go Kenny versus Bryan Danielson.
Okay.
I've been waiting to talk about this match, bro. Okay. Never seen either two wrestle each other ever, other than wrestling separate for different companies.
Okay.
I'm growing to like Kenny Omega. Since doing some research, and thank you to my friend Joe. You got to research this guy. He's incredible. He is incredible. He deserves every title that he's been given as far as like names. He's incredible. Okay, and then we'll go to Bryan. I almost said it. Bryan Danielson. First time having to call him that. I've never heard of. So again, did some research. Where's he coming with this American Dragon? Who's the American Dragon? Who's that? Looked it up. Holy smokes, this guy can wrestle.
Right.
Okay. And I watched his WWE career. Loved him through the whole thing. My first exposure was WWE.
Okay.
Watching this match with Kenny, he's a different guy. Bryan.
Yeah.
He seems more free, a lot happier with his product. And there's none of this. There's none of this.
That's right.
Like this gimmick's gone out the window. He doesn't care if the fans do it. He respects the fans and loves the fans for it. Now this match, holy spots, Batman. Um, and good. It's not like they fumbled around trying to figure out what to do. It was, and you're gonna laugh at me. I equate it to watching an opera
Okay.
with no music, obviously, and just watching what they're doing. But it reminded me of the perfectly done opera. And you can pick any opera you like. I personally would go with Phantom of the Opera, just because you had your moments and then you had your filler kind of thing,
Sure.
and then bam, you were hitting that that high note with either Brian or Kenny was getting it. Um, well played. I was thoroughly in shock. They went the entire time limit
Yes, they did. 30 minutes.
and wanted to keep going.
Yes.
They literally had to split them up and say, no, 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 you're done. Like, that's the end of it.
Right? Just like
Uh,
Jupiter Vision says there, great match, great story. I love the time limit draw.
yes.
It wasn't for the title again, which is absolutely amazing. And I'm glad as well that it was not for a championship
Yeah.
title. It didn't need to be. So I'm glad that it actually wasn't.
Yes. That
Yeah.
made it.
And then, I want to see them wait a bit as well. I don't want them to go right into another matchup. I want to see them wait. So
You make them earn that title match now. Say, listen, we can't prove who's the best. So guess what? To be the best, as Ric Flair said, to be the man, you got to beat the man. So work your way up now, Brian, and get that title shot and
sounds
prove
good.
you're the
Yep.
man.
Definitely. And it definitely will and can happen. Let's talk a little bit of MJF versus Brian Pillman Jr. on Grand Slam here. Good matchup. I mean, storytelling, everything was good, all the way from everything that MJF actually included with the Dark Side of the Ring episode that happened and everything like that. So leading up to all of this, it's been absolutely fantastic, and I was definitely okay with this matchup itself. MJF defeating Brian Pillman
Yes.
Jr. Your thoughts on this quickly?
Very quickly, it was very well put together. The lead up to it made you interested, and it was a good match. It really was.
Yeah. That being said, another good matchup, and that's going to be a continuous theme throughout this episode here. Another good matchup that we saw, Malachi Black taking on Cody Rhodes. A singles matchup that, I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of history here. Again, we're talking that storytelling throughout the weeks and months. There has been good storytelling that has happened with this, all the way from Malachi Black's debut with the company going forward. And I mean, it was a good matchup as well. We're talking Malachi Black defeating Cody Rhodes, which I'm okay with and I like, because we all know that Cody Rhodes has an investment in the company. At one time, he said if he loses, he will never fight for the AEW championship again. That happened, right? So I mean, like I see it as him not trying to put himself out there to be the top of the company. What he's trying to do is just help and elevate, and I think that's exactly what happened here. Not that Malachi Black really needed any elevation, but I think that this just really helped.
Just gives him that extra step. And even I'll point out a funny part is when Cody's wife slid into the ring there in front of Malachi and flipped him off. Did they need to do it? No. But it didn't hinder the match. It actually kind of made it funny. So I enjoyed it. It was a good match.
It definitely was. FTR taking on Sting and Darby Allin. Yes, you heard that correctly. Sting from WCW days, still inside of a professional wrestling ring working. It's been over 30 years that this man has been continuing in
Yep.
competition. And honestly, he didn't look like he's actually missed a beat. Maybe working a little slower than what we have seen before, but still absolutely fantastic inside that ring. Sting and Darby Allin actually defeating FTR.
Yes. Again, great match. You can't. It's going to be the hard thing to pick a match that you don't. Oh well, that kind of sucked. But again, Sting with Darby Allin. I kind of like to see that I don't want to say the older generation of wrestlers taking a young guy under his wing and kind of teaching him, hey, you want to be this kind of character, this is how you do it. I did it. This is where you got to go. This is what you got to do. So, and yeah, no, he maybe this much slower,
right?
But again, it comes with age.
It definitely does. No age in question in this next matchup. One that was being looked forward to by a lot of people that, for myself, actually kind of didn't hit the mark when it comes to the matchup itself. We're talking Dr. Britt Baker taking on Ruby Soho. Lots of buildup for this, lots of anticipation happening around it. Myself, I'm sorry. It was a good matchup, but I don't think that it was the best that we could have seen from both of those women. For the championship, for the AEW Women's Championship, and we had Dr. Britt Baker retaining by defeating Ruby Soho, who was forced to tap out.
Yeah.
I mean, this still kind of makes Ruby Soho kind of look strong because she didn't necessarily get to the point where she was pinned, but she was just so far into that lockjaw that she just couldn't continue any further and had to submit by tapping out. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
It's pretty much the same thing. Just I was expecting a little more, but again, that's the women's wrestling for me is kind of a soft spot right now. I really love it. I was
Sure.
expecting a little more, especially from Ruby coming over from where she came from and the remarks that were back and forth and blah, blah, blah. Right.
Yeah.
Again, I probably hyped it up a little more than what it should have been to myself, but it wasn't a bad match. I mean, it wasn't, but it wasn't what I thought.
And that there was actually the main event for the show. That one closed out AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. What we did not mention in there is that we actually had CM Punk come out, make an appearance, and get on the microphone to tout his return to television in over 7 years. First time in over 7 years that he is wrestling on television, and that was happening on the Friday at the Rampage Grand Slam show. Yes, this one here as well. They made it a special 2-hour show. We're going to get right into that one here. And yes, the CM Punk matchup was the first match on the card. We had CM Punk taking on Powerhouse Hobbs, who had Hook at ringside. So those two part of Taz's FTW faction going on there. Again, this one here, good build up to everything, right? I mean, with CM Punk and his work in the ring and on the mic that he's been spewing out there, and then Taz getting involved, saying, "Don't you mention us in your you're talking, you're speaking. Don't do it. We'll hurt you." And just the continuous back and forth between the two of them, and then including FTW in there. It was good. It was good. It was a good build up for everything. I enjoyed this matchup. I mean, was it something that I'm going to remember forever? No, it definitely is not, but it was a good matchup. What do you think?
I'll remember it just strictly because it was CM Punk's first time on live television wrestling in 7 years. The match for me, and this is my notes.
Yep.
Match very boring. I found it very boring.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the big dude should have squashed Punk. There's no way he should have. But it's CM Punk. He's got to get his wins, and I understand that. I get it. It was just, to me, it wasn't my match. I love Punk. Great guy. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. I love you. But match just didn't do it for me. That's the only one, I think, too.
Well, I mean, if there was only one matchup in 4 hours worth of programming, that's not bad. Next up, we had on AEW Rampage Grand Slam the Super Click, consisting of Adam Cole, Bebe, and the Young Bucks, who had the Good Brothers and Brandon Cutler at ringside, versus Christian Cage, the Impact Wrestling World Champion, and Jurassic Express, consisting of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, with Marco Stunt at
Yes.
ringside. So we talked about the first match, CM Punk, Powerhouse Hobbs. Yes, CM Punk won, as
Yes.
mentioned. In this one here, the Super Click won. Everybody got their spots in. Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's good build up. It's good build up to continue on with this Super Click, right? AEW seems to be really big on factions, and whether large factions or 3-man factions as well. Just like this, right? I mean, Jurassic Express has got Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt. Super Click has Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. I mean, good matchup. I'm not disappointed with it. What do you
They
think?
had some really good spots, actually. Like, it flowed. It was, they came out, knew what they wanted, knew what they had to do, and they got it done. And it's as simple as that. It looked good.
Perfect. Yeah, sounds good. So, next matchup here. Lots happening inside this matchup here. Chris Jericho and Jake Hager taking on Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, who had Dan Lambert. Dan Lambert being part of American Top Team MMA. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky winning this matchup, but all hell ensued and broke down after this matchup.
It is complete chaos.
Dan Lambert's American Top Team athletes coming out to beat down the Inner Circle. Does this mean that they're all now part of AEW? Or are we going to be seeing more of them on AEW television and programming?
Right? It was kind of confusing.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I say all hell freaking broke loose with this, because
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I mean, what's going on with that?
I'll be surprised if Jericho don't come back to Dynamite and or Rampage with bandages wrapped around his head. That one dude kicked him in the face so hard. Like, I'm surprised he still has a face, to be quite honest.
Right.
Like, and then just
and Page
chaos.
Page there with those body shots. I mean, holy crap. Absolutely freaking crazy. Now, do you want to see them continue on in AEW as a faction, as part of American Top Team, or do you want this just to be a one-off?
That's kind of a hard question to answer, really, because I don't know much about them other than what I've seen recently. But if they're actually going to wrestle and put that effort forth to wrestle and be a wrestling faction, as well as MMA on the outside, hey, give her down. If that's bring more people, then hey, let's do it.
Sounds good. We got our good friend John popping in here. What's good, John? You are good, and you are great and amazing, and thank you for coming by and supporting what we are doing here. It's absolutely amazing to see you pop up on screen again. Thank you so much. We're just talking some AEW professional wrestling here right now. We just went through the AEW Dynamite card for the Grand Slam, and we are now about halfway through the AEW Rampage Grand Slam results going through here, and just talking. Thank you. And we're talking just a little bit more about this Grand Slam that happened. And then I've got something here that I don't know if I actually sent this to you as part of the run or not, but we're going to get to that in just a few minutes here. Next up, we had the Lucha Brothers, Santana and Ortiz, taking on the Hardy family office, consisting of the Butcher, the Blade, and Private Party. I think the right team came up on top on this one. The Lucha Brothers and Santana and Ortiz, they came out on top on this one. For it being 8 men competing inside that professional wrestling ring, I think they did it very well.
It was definitely smooth. Yeah. I will point out, though, one highlight for this match that I really thought was cool was that the Lucha Brothers and the Inner Circle guys were helping each other with their signature moves.
Yes.
One guy would trade spots with another guy. That was pretty unique to see that they were on that kind of level to say, listen, we respect you as a team, but if it come down to the titles, it's over. You know what I mean? But for this moment, join us in our fun, and here you can do this with us. What are those? Oh, I love wrestling. Nice.
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
for me, that was a highlight.
And that's great. I mean, that's just a testament to all 4 of those men being able to say, hey, we've been in this game long enough that we definitely know that we can make things happen and do good things. And that's exactly what they did. I think that it was absolutely amazing. Another one that kind of slipped a little under the radar here. We're talking Anna Jay versus Penelope Ford, with Penelope Ford picking up that win. This is where things kind of get a little bit weird, and this is what I'm going to talk about right now.
Okay.
So after the matchup, Ty Conte came out to save her friend from a double team, her friend being Anna Jay.
Yes.
The Dark Order actually entered the ring to stop the Hardy family office from doing harm to Anna Jay and Ty Conte. It looked like the Dark Order would shake hands and make up after a recent fallout. But then Evil Uno turned away and walked and left the ring.
I will mention under severe distress. He looked like he wanted to, but his inner morals, I'll say, or his inner whatever, didn't let him shake the hand because something just hasn't been fixed yet. I hope they do. I hope they fix it. I'm part of the Dark Order. So
I hope that they do too. I really do. I hope that they fix it because, I mean, absolutely it needs to be. The Dark Order has been an amazing faction since pretty much the beginning of AEW, and I'm happy with it, and I want to see it continue. Pluggo, you are so correct here. Penelope Ford has improved so much over the last year or so. You're definitely right. 100% she has, and it has been fantastic to see that growth and be able to grow with her as a competitor and a performer and see that growth. It's absolutely fantastic. It almost makes you feel like you're part of it and like you have been there since the beginning to grow with her. That's fantastic.
It's the time you've invested in that character. To me,
right?
Yeah.
Love Wrestling does have merchandise available. If you didn't know, take a look at the comment there right now. LoveWrestling.ca. shop. That's where you can go to get yourself some Love Wrestling merchandise.
Total shameless plug.
Getting to our final matchup here for AEW Rampage Grand Slam. We're looking at Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley taking on Minoru Suzuki and Lance Archer. The winners of this matchup, Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley, but there is an asterisk beside that win because they had a little bit of help from TNA original and member of Conan's LAX stable Homicide, making what is being considered his AEW debut. I am okay with Homicide coming over to AEW. If this is only a one-time thing that happened, I'm fine with that as well. Either way, it was really cool to see Homicide, to hear that music, to see that graphic come up, to see them looking up, looking up, looking up, and then he comes in from behind. I mean, just absolutely amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, when I heard the music, I was like, no. And then you see the graphic and you're like, oh, really? And then you see Homicide himself. And then I'll be honest, I've liked Homicide from day one. He's been my little crazy Mexican, right? Like I loved him. I'll be honest, I popped. I woohoo.
Right?
Yeah, he didn't hurt the match at all. If anything, he built it up just that little bit extra for me.
That's absolutely fantastic. So we're going to go back just a little bit here, and we're going to look at what had happened here with the Dark Order and
Yes.
Montana's 1998. Why I feel more and more that Bray is coming. You know what? I would have to agree that I do think that at some point, I don't know if it's going to be Bray Wyatt or if it's going to be somebody else, but at some point, somebody soon, please, somebody soon needs to come in and get the Dark Order back on track and back to being the dominating faction that they are.
Oh, yeah. I agree 100%. There's somebody's coming to straighten them out. I can't pinpoint who it's going to be. I don't want to say Bray Wyatt, but at the same time, it would be kind of fitting given that it was Brody Lee that started the faction. Why not his best friends come back in and fix it and keep it going? So it's a 50-50 for me. Do I want to see him come to AEW? By all means, yes. Come to AEW, have fun, wrestle again, do your characters. It's I don't know. You know what I'm saying.
I definitely know what you are saying 100%. Speaking of Mr. Brody Lee, we do know that after Brody Lee had passed, that AEW did do a tribute to Brody Lee. Now, it seems as though we are possibly getting a Brody Lee yearly tribute show. I am absolutely stoked about it. I think that it's absolutely fantastic for that to happen. I'm blown away. If this actually happens and comes to fruition and we actually get yearly a Brody Lee tribute show, I will be happy with that. And it doesn't even need to be that it is a show talking about Brody Lee and sob story and crying and anything like that. All you need to do is get a whole bunch of guys together and say, hey, we're going to put on a show in tribute of Brody Lee. Everybody's going to have a Brody Lee t-shirt or armband or something on that says Brody Lee on it, and just go out there and have fun and work some matches. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Like they did for Eddie when Eddie Guerrero passed away. I know Rey Mysterio wore his armband for probably a good year, 2 years after. What I would love to see for a tribute show for Mr. Brody Lee is matches you would never see on a regular basis. Like, take the Young Bucks and take a new and up and coming off of their internet show and have them come up and wrestle with the big guys. No titles, no nothing involved. Just let's have fun here. Used to, and then two big dudes. You know what I mean? Just mix it up.
Yeah.
Mix it up. Have some fun with it, and wear your Brody Lee attire. Have a couple skits of like he did. Making fun of stuff and screwing up his lines, and just having fun again.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Matthew, I agree. A Brody Lee tribute show would be great. I want to go back again just a little bit here to Montana's 1998, who is saying, feels that Bray is coming. Even said possibly Wednesday, considering AEW is going to be in Brody Lee's hometown this week. So good observation on that. And yes, that could be a really good time for that to happen. It's safe to say Brody Lee in an AEW game as well, since Owen Hart is going in. Yeah, I feel as though that would be just another way for AEW to really cement the legacy of Brody Lee by having him included in the AEW video game. That's probably something that was even talked about before he had passed on, that he would be included in there. So I don't think that they were going to remove him just because of that.
I think they keep him in there for his kid.
Right?
Then he could go play his dad,
Yep. No, exactly. I think that would be an absolutely amazing way for that to happen as well. That's where you would see a Bray Wyatt debut. Yeah, I mean, Chris coming in there. Thanks for stopping by, Chris. Good to see you, my friend. And Matthew, good to see you too, saying Brody Lee tribute show would be great. This is where you would see a Bray Wyatt debut. I mean, either, Wednesday, see a Bray Wyatt debut to do something about the Dark Order, or you even see Bray Wyatt on a tribute show. That would be fantastic as well. Chris coming in with another comment here about Brody Lee on the cover of the video game would even be a sweet commemorative issue. Right. So, I mean, you could even do, if AEW wanted to, if the games wanted to, they could even do a couple of different covers, the one regular, and then do a special pack that has the Brody Lee tribute stuff on it. So, it's going to include maybe a Brody Lee armband as well, or, something like that, and the special cover, and maybe, coupon code for a downloadable shirt or downloadable something else for Brody Lee for a little bit of an extra price. And I think honestly it would sell out. People would pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. You could do the thing is that if AEW really listens to what we're saying, there's so many different, for this game they could do an Owen Hart cover, Brody Lee cover,
right?
A regular pick 2-3 stars out of AEW itself and do a normal cover for everybody that can't afford the special editions.
Right. Yeah, you have variant editions. Yeah, you definitely could. Pluggo jumping in there. -1 gives his blessing for Bray Wyatt for Bray to lead the Dark Order. Give me all of that. I agree. Definitely. I mean, if -1 is given the blessing for it, then I say all for it as well. Matthew here coming in saying that he thinks that that's a great idea. He had a little bit of a typo and corrected it right there.
Right there. Yep.
He thinks that that's a great idea as well. And I mean, I do too. 100%. I think that that is a great idea as well.
That changes the story completely though. Because that's -1 saying, yes, I want you to come in and I want you to take this over with my blessing and make it what Dad wanted it to be. End of discussion.
There you go. There you go. So we're going to move on here. That's everything that we have for the main topics today, but we are going to get into our match of the week, our breaking news, and then we're going to take a bit of a commercial break here, and then we have a very special Showstopper segment coming up for you. So you do not want to miss this Showstopper segment. So we're going to get through things pretty quickly here. So stick with us. We're going to get you out of here at a good time. And yeah, this is going to be absolutely amazing. You don't want to miss this Showstopper segment. So let's get right into talking about something that is, you know, lots of people actually enjoy when we talk about this. So we're going to talk about our match of the week. Bubba Duke, go ahead. What is your match of the week?
I actually just changed my match of the week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm just going through my head, remembering all the matches I watched. I'm going to go with the New Click and Captain Charisma with Jurassic Express. Again, it was just a very well put together match with amazing talent. And I got a soft spot for Captain Charisma, you know.
Right?
But that's my match.
Perfect. Sounds good. It absolutely was a banger of a match. And for me, I think my match of the week is going to be the AEW Dynamite Grand Slam opening matchup. That 30-minute matchup between Bryan Danielson, right? I mean,
I can't argue with that, bro. That's literally the week of wrestling that we've had, okay? Not just AEW. I mean, there's other companies that I could talk about. But wow, dude, this week has been intense with wrestling.
it definitely has been. I lost my train of thought there for a moment
okay.
here, trying to do a whole bunch of multitasking. But yes, Kenny Omega and yeah, I mean,
Brian.
just yeah, Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson. That matchup,
Yep.
30 minutes. I mean, it was a clinic. It definitely was. I want to get to this super quick here. Montana's 1998. In your opinion, the Owen Cup, will it be kind of like a G1 that New Japan does, or more King of the Ring style? That's a very good question. I think that I would kind of like to see maybe more of a King of the Ring style. Considering, you know, Owen had won, you know, the King of the Ring, and you know,
yes.
it was absolutely amazing seeing him with that crown and that scepter and everything. It was fantastic. So personally, I think that that's how I would like it to go. What about you, Bubba?
That's funny. I'm laughing because we're total opposites. I would love to see a like tiered everybody down to the one, like the G1 Cup in Japan. I would love to see something like that.
Well, who knows?
And who knows? Do we even know what this cup is going to look like?
No,
yet?
I don't think we do yet.
So, I mean, that's going to determine a lot too. Like, is it going to look like a little scepter with a crown on a cup, or is it going to, you know what I mean? Like, how do you display the greatness of Owen Hart in a cup?
I don't know that you can.
Right?
Yeah,
you have a gentleman standing there holding a trophy. You know, his trophy he walked around with.
His Slammy Award.
His Slammy Award.
Right?
I couldn't remember the name of it. Thank you. But you know,
yes.
How do you that would be a question I would put out to our viewers, Karl, if you don't mind. What would you like to see this Owen Hart Cup look like? What would you like to see on it or in it, or what would it look like? If you want to draw stuff up and send it in, whatever, please. I would love to see what you would come up with myself. I would love to see what they come up with.
Your submissions for that can go to us over at our Facebook page at TB Talk Pod. We are on Instagram and Twitter as well. same handle at TB Talk Pod. So if you want, go and give us a follow. And you can follow us on YouTube if you want as well. Search up Turnbuckle Studios. The logo is just black and white that says T and S on it. You can find us over there as well. We are going to quickly hit a little bit of breaking news. Really, all that I want to touch on and go over this week is going to be that Sami Callihan and Tetsuya Naito both have sustained injuries over this last week. Tetsuya Naito's injury actually being so bad that he actually had to leave the G1 Climax tour. And we just want to say speedy recovery to both of you. It's never anything that we want to see. We always want to see, people succeed, and we don't want to see people injured at all.
No,
definitely not. So we are on Love Wrestling as well. This is somewhere new for us. So thank you to all of those that are watching us on the Love Wrestling YouTube channel, on the Love Wrestling Twitch channel as well. Thank you so much to absolutely all of you. It's fantastic to have you all here. So we are definitely going to make sure that we shout you guys out as well. All of our OG followers, thank you so much. And go and check out lovewrestling.ca. That's where you're going to find all the links for everything Love Wrestling. So now we are going to take a look and go to our commercial break. We're going to take a brief commercial break here because then we're going to come back with our very special Showstopper segment. So stay tuned.
Wrestling. A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. The wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connects emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
The dictionary defines hero as a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. Being a hero in life is far more than words printed on a page. It takes an unwavering code, a compass that points true north, always. And in times like these, it takes sacrifice. Hero shouldn't be a word defined by a dictionary. It's a word that should be defined by the best of us. Hero has a new definition.
Hi, my name's Barry Ratcliffe. You might recognize me from such films as The Longest Ride or Ted 2. Now, as a successful actor, I have 2 planes, a supermodel wife, countless exotic cars, and a ton of cash. You might think it couldn't get any better than this, but you'd be wrong. For only $4.99, you can get OVWWrestlingNetwork.com. That's OVWWrestlingNetwork.com for only $4.99. Now, will your life be as good as this? No. Will it be better? Yes, and I guarantee that. That's not valid anywhere. OVWWrestlingNetwork.com is only $4.99. Tomorrow's yesterday is today. Prices so low, they're insane. Want more bang for your buck? Well, so do I at OVWWrestlingNetwork.com. It's only $4.99 a month. In between excitement, me too. OVWWrestlingNetwork.com is only $4.99 a month. You get that incredible value. She cost me $17 million and I loved it. Want a real value? OVWWrestlingNetwork.com. It's only $4.99. That's a price so low. Well, it's insane.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us throughout that commercial break. We absolutely appreciate all of you. Now comes the time that we have something very special for our Showstopper segment this week. So we're going to pretty much get right into it with our Showstopper segment. And for this very special Showstopper segment, I know that he is backstage right now, and we will be bringing him on momentarily. But I do have to say to this person that the floor is going to be yours. But I do not want you just to duck out right away, because there is something that is going to be needed for you and given to you after you have done what you need to do. And for everyone watching and listening, this is how the show is going to end. I am not going to come back on. We are not going to come back on. This is going to end with this segment. So before we get to that, I just want to mention collarandelbowbrand.com. You guys did see the commercial there. Make sure that you go and check out collarandelbowbrand.com. Use promo code JK Podcast at the checkout, and you're going to get yourself 10% off your entire order. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a drink of my non-sponsored Dr. Pepper and bring on this very special guest. Before I do that, this is going to be, you know what? I'm just bringing him on. Here he comes. Everybody, welcome back. My friend, my brother, the curator of topics, Mighty Joe.
What's going on, guys?
Not much, Mighty Joe. It is so good to see your beautiful face again. It has been a while, and this is absolutely fantastic to have you back on here. I know that you requested to have this, to have a few moments, and that's exactly what we're going to give to you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this over here, and you are going to be in that main spot, but even furthermore, you are going to be in the solo layout. So it's going to be just you. So this is your time, my brother. I want you to take whatever time you need. That's right, Pluggo.
Good to see you guys.
That's right. And yes, it definitely did get even more handsomer, if that's even a word. I think it is. I think it is
now.
Joe, the floor is yours.
So this isn't going to be a long-winded thing. It's I haven't even really prepared a statement. I'm literally winging this, as sometimes I am doing these shows. You guys may have noticed that I haven't been around. It's not because I don't hate anybody or anything like that. It's nothing like that. The short and sweet of it is real life has gotten in the way for Mighty Joe. My real life job is requiring a lot out of me these days. I've been promoted at my workplace, and it's been a long time coming. Been working very hard and been being rewarded for such, finally, for a change. So what that means with me going forward, after doing over 200 plus episodes of Turnbuckle Talk, doing internet radio with Karl, with doing all the stuff with Love Wrestling, I am not going away. Let me just put it out there right off the hop. I am not disappearing. But having said that, my role is changing dramatically due to, like I said, my real life job. I can no longer commit to doing regular content on a regular basis. That includes Turnbuckle Talk. That includes Sunday Brunch with Love Wrestling. That includes the Blowing Off Stream. That includes producing the absolutely fantastic show that is Between Two Beers with JPJ and Pluggo. Love working with those guys. But I wouldn't be doing it justice if I tried to stay around and tried to do it and say that I'm going to do something and not follow through on it, because that's just not how I like to do things. If I'm a man of my word, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to follow through on it. But I can't make that promise. Real life has gotten in the way. I am not going away. You're going to see me once in a blue moon. I'm not going to make any promises and say, no, I'm still going to be around kind of all the time. I'm not going to be able to. But when I am needed and I am available, I'm not going to say no. I may appear on some certain things. I know this is probably not making any sense to anybody watching this for the first time, but and this wasn't a decision that was rushed either. I don't want to go on a big long tirade either, because there are some other factors at play. But I mean, along with real life getting in the way, to be perfectly transparent with everybody as well, I've become a little burned out when it comes to professional wrestling, when it comes to watching it and talking about it for so long and so often that it's got me a little bit burned out. So for me, the focus is shifting to real life with the job, and everything else is secondary. Real life is taking its priority. But like I said, blowing off stream and those kind of shows, I will try and be there whenever I can be. I love gaming with our Love Wrestling family. And, when it comes to some of the big shows, maybe like WrestleMania and Wrestle Kingdom and that kind of stuff, you might see me appear on that. But other than that, I just can't be here all the time anymore. It's just the way that it's got to be. There are no hard feelings towards anybody at all, whether it's Karl, whether it's Don, whether it's Bubba Duke here, whether it's anybody over at the Love Wrestling family, with our friends over at the HTM podcast. No ill will towards anybody. But the pure, simple fact of things is that real life has gotten in the way, and I have to focus on that. And what that means going forward is that you'll be seeing a lot less of me, and I am going to leave things, though, in very capable hands with Karl Karufel and Bubba Duke here with Turnbuckle Talk. Over 200 plus episodes, and now it's the end of my era, and it's now time for you guys to take over for me. And I know it'll be in good hands. And Godspeed to you guys. And I will miss doing this, but for now, it's so long, but it's not goodbye. I'm not going away, but I will be around occasionally. So having said that, I will see you guys later, and enjoy and love wrestling. Love everybody, and I will see you guys later.
Mighty Joe, thank you so much. Like I said, please stick here, stay on the call, stay on this with us. There is something very special that has been put together just for you that we're going to be pulling up and bringing on screen for everyone right now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please just bear with us for a moment here. I don't understand what has happened, but we are going to get this fixed up so that it can be done and shared. So, just bear with us just for a moment here. I don't understand why it stopped like that, but we're going to get it here for everyone. This is, it has to be done. So here we go.
Uh-oh. I think we just lost Karl. Can you hear me there, Joe?
Yeah, I can hear you. Something must have happened there.
He's been having computer issues today.
No worries. It was the gesture that counts. It can always be put out later as another post or something. So
we're definitely going to get it to you.
So
Before-
the thought is very much appreciated. Technical issues. Little flashback for you guys. Carl and I have done live content for a long time, and things happen. And this is one of those scenarios when you even do live content, anything can happen, and it is what it is. So just being able to say a few words to everybody here meant quite a bit. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for Karl to come through the door and be like, "Hold on a minute, give me 1 second." But before I'm probably gonna end up having to shut the show down here. Before I do that, I just like to say thank you, Joe, for helping me get started in this industry, helping me get the Boar's Nest up off the ground, and giving me the motivation to do it, to get my thoughts and my feelings out there, no matter what anybody thinks about it. I appreciate that.
No worries, man.
I know we have never seen eye to eye for a long time. We had our issues. We worked it out, and I'm glad we did.
Yep.
And I'm glad I could call you a good friend and a brother. I'm still waiting for him to come through that door. He's probably piping mad right now because he worked very hard. I know everybody worked very hard for this, so we're definitely gonna get it to you. Somehow, some way.
Like I said, I even just appreciate the gesture, the fact that you guys went through all the trouble for little old me. It's appreciated, even if it didn't end up playing properly. Yeah. It's the thought that counts. And
what is he back now? He just flipped over on me here. All right, enjoy.
Hey, Mighty Joe, just wanted to take a moment to congratulate you on your recent promotion. I wish nothing but the best for you moving forward there, my friend. I just got to know you just recently, but hey, I've been tuning into Turnbuckle Rewind. What an awesome show that you've been producing there. And I'm happy about the time I did get to spend on screen with you as well, too. So thank you for the memories and looking forward to seeing what the future brings for you. Take care, my man.
Hey guys, the Canadian Goose here, and the buys, they are never easy. In this case, however, though, like, you know, I hate to be the guy to say it, but like, bro, Spencer has talked to you on multiple occasions. I know some other guys have maybe got to your ear behind the scenes and stuff. Like, Pluggo, you need to stick to the budget, bud. And I'm not super upset because the content you're creating with the money you're blowing is good stuff. But we need that money for other things. Like, I have pitched a very, very elaborate entrance for my entrance that changed the game there. I mean, we're going to need some big bucks for this. There's going to be, we're going to props, and there's going to be a parade of beautiful women, like all kinds of things. Like, those chicks are not going to come to the ring with me without getting paid. Let's just be real here. And Pluggo, another thing, I heard you've been getting fights with commenters. That's not cool.
2 hours later.
Wait, what? This isn't about Pluggo? We're saying goodbye to Mighty Joe. Oh. No, Mighty Joe's cool. Oh. Bye, Mighty Joe. Congratulations on your promotion, and good luck in your future endeavors, bud.
Hey, Mighty Joe. Congrats on the promotion, man. Sucks that we won't see you around as much, but, doing good things in your shoot job, that's amazing. Keep up the good work. Speak to you soon. Much love, my friend. Peace.
Joe, how dare you? Do you realize with you leaving, there's going to be one less person insulating me from interacting with Chris Parrish? You didn't think about that, did you? But you shouldn't, because you got a great opportunity ahead of you that you need to pursue. We're going to miss you at Love Wrestling, of course, but honestly, I'm not quite sure anyone actually leaves Love Wrestling. Sure, you might not be contributing as much as you'd prefer, but you're still part of the team. And it's been great working with you over the past almost a year now. And I'm sure it's not the end of it. We'll see you down the road, bud.
Hey, Joe. I know we haven't worked much together, but I'm really glad I met you. And congratulations on your new promotion. I hope it all goes well and it's everything you hope it was for you. So.
Hey, Mighty Joe. I just first wanted to say congratulations on your promotion at work, and may it bring many blessings upon you and your home, and a little bit of peace of mind. Secondly, I want to say thank you for being one of the first people to welcome me to the Love Wrestling family. I hope things work out in the future, that you can come back to help, hang out with us. But until then, keep on keeping on.
Hey, Joe. It's Parrish. I know you can see that, but yeah, this video is simply just to show you not only my love, my appreciation for not just you, but your contributions for Love Wrestling, but really also more important than that, the friendship and the brotherhood that we've kind of grown over this past little few months. And I know that you have a new opportunity with work ahead, and I could continue just to have that personal success, and I really hope more is to come. But I just want to tell you that it's not only amazing to have created a friendship and a brotherhood with you, work with you in Love Wrestling, but just simply having someone to talk to and to just share thoughts, no matter how far out or how opinionated they can be. I just want to say how much I appreciate having you in my life now as a friend and as a brother and someone I can talk to and vent, vice versa. So much love. I know there's no end here, but I just wanted you to know how much you actually do mean to me. So I love you, buddy. And yeah, let's start kicking ass in life together too. And talk to you.
Just wanted to stop by and say thank you, Mighty Joe, for all of the help that you've given me and JPJ, especially on all the work you did with Between Two Beers. I know you're going to kill it in your next venture. It is sad to see you go, but man, we love watching you leave and watching you grow and be successful, man. So you always have a special place in my heart. I can't, not only as a colleague, but as a friend. And hopefully you stop by Between Two Beers and shoot the shit with us every once in a while, man. But we love you, and I hope to talk to you soon, brother.
Mighty Joe Morin, you handsome man. It is the end of an era. It is a change in an era. It is not the end of an era, but it is a change in the era of Turnbuckle Talk. And I wanted to pop in and I wanted to give some thoughts because obviously, you know, I'm a fan of the show. It is one of the reasons that you and I initially even became friends, but there are a lot more reasons that I am proud to call you a friend at this point, man. Whether it's our work on Love Wrestling, whether it's hopping on, blowing off stream, whether it's any of the production stuff you've helped us out with, whether it's just hanging out and chatting post-shows, pre-shows, in the Slack chat, or anything in between, man. It's very, very cool that a guy who I was a big, big fan of professionally has turned into a guy that I get to be a big, big fan of personally. I'm proud to call you a friend, man. I am excited to see what's next for Turnbuckle Talk because, like I said, this ain't the end. This is only a change. I'm excited to see what comes next, and I can't wait to hopefully be a small part of it again, my friend. I'll talk to you soon, and lots of love to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, pro wrestling fanatics around the world, he has been entertaining and wowing the masses for years. But now we raise our glasses and a cheers to say the best of luck in your new life adventures. Here is one of my great friends to a brother. He is Mighty Joe Morin! With all sincerity, Joe, from the art of the B to the V. Brother, it has been an honor working with you in the podcast game, and even a greater honor getting to know you on a personal level. You have one of the biggest hearts that I've ever met, a tremendous passion and flavor for life. You might be leaving the podcasting game, but I know you'll find great success in your new adventures. So again, best of luck, brother. Here's the Mighty Joe.
Oftentimes I sit down in this chair and boot up the studio with so much to say that I actually have to write myself notes to remember what it is that I actually want to talk about. Today, I don't have that problem. Today, I'm not really entirely sure what I'm supposed to say. It's been almost 3 years since Mr. Ryan K. Bowman hooked up the HTM boys with our favorite Canucks from the Great White North, whether it was on the Roar Network, Pinned, HTM, Love Wrestling, HTM Tech, Destino. You guys have been here through it all. And for that, I say thank you. Thank you for being on this crazy ride with Rick and I, for hanging out with us as we go up and down the digital roads, telling stories from this crazy sport we know as pro wrestling. Mighty Joe, thank you so much for having us as guests on your shows, being guests on our shows, for random chats, for just being there when a friend is needed to bounce ideas off of. Thank you guys both for being such a huge part of the HTM podcast network these past couple of years. And thank you both for just being you. Joe, a voice of reason, a voice of protest, and all around one of my favorite voices to listen to in this crazy world of podcasts. Of course, in Japan, we have this word for goodbye. It translates to sayonara, which is more of a formal way of saying goodbye. Not today. Not today. My friend, he's not going anywhere. He's just off to his next adventure. Congratulations. So for now, we'll go informal. Matane, Mighty Joe, which translates roughly to goodbye for now, till we speak again. I have no doubt it'll be soon. So I guess for now, you're off like a prom dress. See ya.
Joe, my friend, my brother. Since grade 5, we have known each other. And have you really ever known me to be at a loss for words? This is that time. But I'm going to do my best and try to make some semblance of everything and put it together coherently. It's been a wild ride. It's been amazing. And it's all because of you. You're the one who was in contact with Ryan and Energy Rock Radio. You were the one that was in contact with Mr. Ryan K. Bowman and the Gorilla Position. And you're the one that got into contact and had a close friendship with Jargo and RVV. I've just been along for the ride. And dude, it has been a wild ride. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy that you were able to go and take on this promotion and do amazing things, because I know you will. It's what you love. It's technology. You're going to kill it, dude. You are going to kill it. But I'm scared, because now I have to go this alone without my tag team partner, without my curator of topics, without my friend and my brother. I'm going to do my best to do you proud. I can tell you it's going to be hard. And there are going to be times where you may not be so proud. But thank you for always taking into consideration my ideas, my thoughts, my idiocracies at times, and even running with them a little bit and seeing what stuck. It's because of you that I'm here today. I would never have been in the podcasting world, in the podcasting game, using my voice to entertain hundreds and hundreds of people. So thank you. Thank you very much for letting me tag along on this ride and on this journey. There's been a lot that we've done together over the years, and this has been the most amazing thing that has happened and that we have done. So thank you. As you saw in that video clip, this is always your home. Always. There is absolutely nothing that is going to stop that. Anytime that you say you want to hop on, the spot is always yours. I know we'll be in contact because a friendship that's been over years doesn't just die because someone got out of the game. I'm proud of you. Thank you.